Okay, I guess there we go. Now you guys can hear me. Welcome once again. My name is Charles Richard, and I'd like to thank you, first of all, for joining us today, Friday. I just happened to be in a Starbucks, actually. It's a coffee shop. As you guys know, I always go to different places to do my live streaming. I've got my remote, complete remote unit, but that is not what I'm going to be talking about today. But in case you wanted to see what it looked like, I've got my whole remote unit with my phone, my camera. How I do my remote live streams is right here with me. As you can see it right there, I've got it all set up, with the lens, the microphone, and the phone. How I actually do my live streams, and I use my. Let me see if I can bring it down a little bit, or maybe I can do it this way. You can see the HDMI cable, right there. Actually, the capture card that I use, this HDMI is the 4K. There's two of them. The normal one, the HDMI 2.0, is actually does only 1080. This new one that just came out, and it's like as soon as it came out, everybody kind of like bought it, or you can't find it. I haven't been able to find it again. This is the HDMI 3.0, and the way that you know that is because if you take a look, you can't really take a look at it, but anyways, if you look inside this thing, this little thing right here, you can see that it is actually blue. It is the blue color. The actual 2.0, the USB 2.0 is white. The USB 3.0 is blue. This particular one, it looks identical to the other one that I have. As a matter of fact, I've got it somewhere here in my bag. But when you look at the capture card, if you see this particular one, if you see that it's blue, then that means that it is the 4K one. But again, that just came out. It only cost me $18. $18. And I went back to where I bought it because I wanted to put that link for you guys so you guys could see it, but I wasn't able to do that because they were all sold out and the link was no longer there. So anyways, I just wanted to let you guys know. But today I'm not even going to be talking about none of that. Today I am going to be talking about a lens. As you guys know, I got a whole bunch of different lenses, and I've got, to be honestly truthful, this is my X-T2. I've got 3 X-T2s, but I did about a week ago. Excuse me, I had something in my eye. I did about a week ago. I actually did a 3-camera shoot. Basically, what I did was I used one main camera, that was the X-T2. And then I had a secondary X-T2, but I wanted to have my third X-T2. I wanted to do like behind the scene, kind of like record some of that stuff for a documentary that I'm working on. And so all the lenses that I had the 61.4, and then I had the 23 millimeter, but I didn't have anything else that was wide except for zooms, and because it was all done indoors, and I needed something that was fast and something that would get a lot of light. I ended up buying another lens, but I didn't want to buy a Fuji lens. Instead, I bought the Viltrox, and that's the lens that I'm going to talk to you about today. And here's the lens. I bought the Viltrox. I don't know if you can actually see it there. I bought the Viltrox. Here we go. It is the Viltrox. It's a very nice lens. It really is. It's got its markings. It's all made out of metal. Everything is made out of metal. It is a very, very sharp lens. I was really surprised. It's sharp, when you stop it down to about 2.8, it gets super clinically sharp. Here's the lens. It is the Viltrox. It is the 23 millimeter. This is the 23 millimeter. Let me see if I can see it there. 23 millimeter 1.4. And what's nice about this, I mean, there's a lot of, lenses out there that actually, are for Fuji. A lot of companies are making like these inexpensive lenses. But what I really like about this lens is that this is the only company right now that is making lenses for Fuji that is not a Fuji lens that actually can autofocus. Right? All the other lenses that are being made out there, you have to manually, focus them. Do I really use autofocus a lot? No, but in this scenario, because I was doing behind the scene, I actually set one of my X-T2 cameras on a tripod and I set it to autofocus, and it did really good. I set it to continuous focus. I did not set it to eye detection or face detection or none of that stuff. I just set it as a generalized, autofocus, so it could actually focus completely, on the whole scene, because it was wide and I wanted to capture the whole room, and that was what it was doing. And because it's a fast lens, it's a 1.4. It worked really, really good. It worked really, really good in low light. I was really, really surprised. Now, what I did notice is that when you actually use it at 1.4, it's actually kind of soft. Let me show you some of these images. As a matter of fact, let me show you this first image. This first image I did today. I actually took it today at 1.4 in daylight. I did not take it in no dark environment. It was all outdoors. So let's take a look at this first image. Now here's this first image, and if you take a look at the image, it's nothing, out of this world, but it kind of looks like it is out of focus, but it's not. It's just that it is soft. Okay, at 1.4, sometimes it will generate a very, very soft look, and when it generates this soft look, it kind of like feels, okay, like if it was, out of focus. Now, the other thing that also might be also a factor in this particular sort of look, or in other words, that it sort of looks like it's out of focus, it could have been also because how the sun was actually hitting the lens, and it was, the sky was very, very gray. Okay, it was, it was very dull and very gray. It didn't have like a lot of sunlight, or sunshine, I should say. It wasn't a very bright day, and this was done like in the middle of the day. It was like 12 o'clock, in the middle of the day. I did have an ND filter, to help with the exposure, but even with that, I mean, it's very, very very soft, very soft out of this image. Now, if you look at the second image, the next image that I got here, I actually, let's take a look at it, okay? Here's my second image, all right? Here's an image that I did at Winter Park, all right? And I just took a picture. I thought it was, kind of neat looking shoot, right? Just for a mail truck. Now, I actually want to apologize, okay, for this particular image, how it is rendering. It is not rendering. It doesn't look like that on my computer, but for some reason, when I bring it into OBS, it's kind of looking like weird. You know what I'm saying? It looks like it's jagged, like it's out of focus, like it's, it's just doing something really crazy, and weird. I don't really know why it's doing, and it's only doing it on that image. It's not doing it on any of the other images. And when I look at all the other images that I took, and when I bring it into OBS, because that's the software that I'm using, it's no problem at all. It's just with this image, something just wasn't right with this image. But anyways, okay, I took the image, right? I should say I took the camera, all right, and then what I did was I took another couple of pictures, right? And what I did was I actually stopped it down, all right. I actually lowered it to 2.8, and when I went 2.8, the sharpness is just incredible. Now, I don't like surgical lenses, so I don't shoot with surgical lenses because I do cinematography, right? I don't do photography, but for some of you that are doing, photography, you might like that. Let me show you what I mean by it. Now, here's a photo that I did, and this particular photo was done with the Viltrox, the 23mm 1.4. Now, it was shot at this particular picture, right, was shot at ISO 800. It was brought down at f2.8, and my shutter speed was 2,000. All right, it was 2,000. That was my shutter speed. It was, and you can see how clear and how clean, all right, the picture is, right? Now, if I show you the next picture, the next picture was in the same area, right? But I wanted to capture something, something different, okay? I wanted to capture, there was, in the area that I was in, they have like these sort of boulders, but these boulders have these really super, how can I put it? These markings on these boulders with these vibrant colors, with these lines, with this, it is just beautiful, okay? And I think that out of all the pictures that I got, I think that is the one that really drew my most attention because of the clarity and of how it brought the lines and the texture of the boulder. It's just wonderful. It was really, really wonderful. And let me show you what that picture is, what I'm talking about. Here we go. On this image, you can see the boulder. You can see that it looks like it was printed, right? And it's done with the same lens, okay? But what I noticed is that at 2 point, this particular picture was shot at ISO 800. It is a 23mm, right? It was my aperture was at 2.8, and the shutter speed was at 2,000 also. But you can see the clarity, the colors. It's really, really rich. It's a very rich photo. I think it really does a lot of justice. A lot of people, really, because Viltrox is a new company, a lot of people really are, kind of like not, too worried, because you got to understand that, even though Fuji makes really, really great lenses, Fuji is not the only one that's making lenses for Fuji cameras, and not everybody can afford, $800, $1,000 for really, really good lenses, especially if you're looking at anything that the Fuji has as a 1.49. They're very expensive lenses. Now, I'm not saying not to purchase those Fuji lenses, because I think those Fuji lenses are great. But if you are just starting out and you don't have that kind of budget, these Viltrox lenses are really, really impressive. Now, I've tested the 85mm. All right, so I have the 85mm lens. I do have that one. I used it on the X-T4. When I originally got the X-T4, I did I think I did a shoot, okay, with the 85mm. And I apologize if there's like a lot of noise in the background, but if there's a lot of noise in the background, it's because I'm in a coffee shop. I always broadcast from a coffee shop. So anyways, getting back to the lens situation, right? I think it's really, really great, right, that somebody is actually making something that is decent. Oh, excuse me. That is decent for, for individuals that are just starting out, that just want to get into photography, but don't have those, astronomical, dollar signs to be able to physically, give you all the, to be able to get the stuff that they want, what I'm saying, and so that's what makes it, so great. And I'm so sorry that it is so loud in here, but I'm like right next to Rollins College, okay, and some of these students are just like super loud, they're kids, what I'm saying, it's really how it is, but anyways, getting back to the lens, I think, my opinion, I think that, for the price. By the way, this lens is only like $330. I paid like 330 plus taxes was like 350, something like that. I really highly recommend this lens. All right, I really highly recommend this lens because for $350, you're gonna get something that is pretty usable. Now, I went this route, okay, because the reality for me, I already have the Fuji 16 1.4 and I already have the 23 1.4. I just needed a third lens, and I don't always use a third camera. The third camera that I have, the third X-T2 that I have, is really just a backup in case one of my cameras breaks. Because most of the shoots that I do with two cameras. I don't use a third camera, but in this particular case, I wanted to actually film pretty much everything that was going behind the scenes, because I want to create kind of like a follow-up on how I actually filmed, and that was the objective of that particular camera. That's what that camera was doing. It was filming so that later on I could actually do a behind the scene sort of like a documentary of how we went about doing the short film that's going to be coming up in a couple of months. So anyways, I just wanted to sort of like pop in here and sort of let you guys know Viltrox. I'm really surprised. Well, I can't say that I'm really surprised because the 85mm I had already tried and it's really wonderful. By the way, the 85mm that I have is the version 1, not the version 2. They have a second version. And this particular one, 23, it doesn't disappoint. Now, this lens comes with a little bar, kind of like a little, it's kind of like a little suede, to kind of protect it and stuff like that. And it fits very nicely, in the bag. And I like it. I really do. For the price, you can't really go wrong. So anyways, I just wanted to pop in here and say hello to everybody. And I'm still here. I'm still doing things, This is my remote setup, and the reason that I've got it set up right here, not only for you guys to see it, but because as soon as I finish this stream, I'm actually going to do a live stream, for a one of the locations out here in Winter Park, and they're going to be doing some live streaming on their particular channel. It's not like an event or anything like that. It's just that they want to use that to promote their location, to sort of bring people in, and so we're going to be doing that. So I've got this set up so I can just come down and do the live stream. So anyways, I'm in this great place, out here by Rollins College, and so that's why you see all the, you hear all of the loud noise, and that craziness, but it is what it is, what I'm saying. So anyways, I just wanted to say, thank you for you guys. If you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe on YouTube. All right, on YouTube, if you want to follow, if you want to subscribe, it is Charlez Richard. Okay, Charlez Richard. Just like you see it right there. All right, you can find us, and you can actually subscribe to our channel. If you want to subscribe on our Facebook, or you want to actually follow us on our Facebook, remember that. It is also Charlez Richard. You can just follow us on our Facebook. I do have an Instagram, but my Instagram is not Charlez Richard, and I don't really want to mix it because I'm trying to see if I can fix it, because I have a totally different name on it, and it just doesn't sort of sync, okay, with what I'm doing. All right, so I don't want to use that at all. Okay, so I just wanted to let you guys know on that. Again, my name is Charlez Richard. Thank you very much for joining me. Also, our website, we do have a website. Our website is Charlez Richard Films with an S.com. You can see a lot of the stuff that we're doing. You can see it on our website. That way you guys can stay pretty much up to date as to everything that's going. So anyways, thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you on our next stream.